And you are watching Countdown, Europe's #1 rock show. Two very special guests in the studio, Klaus and Rudolf of the Scorpions. Well, welcome here in the studio.
Thank you.
It's great you're here. Looking forward to see you rocking on stage in a moment. First, I understand the Scorpions have been together for a very, very long time, right? Something like 25 years, is that true?
Let's say keep it to 20.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, now tell me something about your new album. Isn't it number 15 already?
No, the new album will be out in September. We recorded the new album in Vancouver, in Canada.
Why Canada?
Well, Bruce Fairbairn was always on top of the list of the producers we wanted to work with, and so he just finished off the Aerosmith album last year and gave us a call, and we sent him a tape. He heard the music, he liked the stuff. So we started working in Vancouver 1st of February and spent 3 months over there, and then we came back to Europe. We did the mix over here at the Whistlelord studio in Hilversum. So right here next door.
That's good. Yeah,
so,
that's in our backyard.
Now we're here and doing this promotion trip.
Now the people who don't know...
And the album will be out in September.
Good, looking forward to that. Now the people who don't know Bruce's work, who else, except for Aerosmith, has he been doing?
He did AC/DC, he did Bon Jovi, lots of stuff. So he's truly one of the greatest producers of this kind of music.
So that's like a dream coming true to work with a guy like that?
I think it was we was very happy to had the possibility to work with him, because last time it didn't work out because our time schedule was different. He had something to do, and we had to do our album because of timing problems. But this time it was happening, and I think to work with him was a great experience, and we had a good time.
Klaus, what makes a good producer? What is a good producer?
I think Bruce had a very good overview. You know, I mean, last year we wrote so many songs. When we started, we had about 30 songs, and he was great at picking the best ones, you know, together with us and shaping this whole monster, you know. And he was asking, he said, you know, you guys want to do a typical Scorpions album, or you want to go in a new direction, or you want to take chances, you want to go for a risk as well, you know, and break new ground. And we said, you know, we want to keep it exciting, you know, I want to go and really to the edge. And this album was about to let the fans out there know, you know, the Scorpions are not ready yet to retire embedded land. This is still a rock band, you know, and we want to make an album we can be really proud of with lots of attitude.
He has a good ear for fighting to keep the magic moment. I think it's very important that you're not playing again songs, and then you overplay it, you know. And we did the whole basic tracks in 1 week, and that's the reason why this album sounds very spontaneous.
You know, and keep it really rough, you know, and he was good at, you know, for example, you go like, oh, Bruce, you know, this kind of thing sounds like it's a little mistake, let's do it again. And he goes, no, that's the right mistake, let's keep it, it's great.
So it's got kind of a live feel. The album was called Face the Heat, right?
That's right.
Okay, now you had lots of success with the song Wind of Change. I understand you also recorded that in Russian, is that true?
Yes. That's true. It was Rudolf's idea, you know, he always said, I mean, it makes no sense to make a Russian version out of Rock You Like a Hurricane, but it definitely makes sense to make a Russian version of Wind of Change. And after this huge worldwide success, Wind of Change became a mega hit all around the world and went #1 in many countries. For me, it was a great way to say thanks to the Russian people for the great inspiration.
Now, in your long career, you've seen bands coming and going, and the Scorpions have basically always been there. Now, what is that like to experience new bands, to experience new styles? Are you being influenced by other groups, by new groups, or are you just like rocking in your own way?
I mean, no question about it. I mean, the Seattle sound is a great new thing. I mean, that's showed us also as a band that back to the roots, it's happening, you know. And of course, when we listen to other bands in a radio or a CD, that we get influenced. Everybody get influenced by other artists, and I think that's a good way to develop and create new things.
Now, being from Germany, do you consider that as an advantage or a disadvantage for a worldwide breakthrough?
It was a disadvantage in the very beginning, you know, because there was no German ever to make it really big. But it turned into an advantage.
Well, James Last was really, but not in rock and roll, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, Kraftwerk was a pretty big band, you know, but not for this kind of music. So, but it turned into an advantage at some point because, of course, we have our own mentality, you know, and we're different. It's always good to be different.
Okay, now you guys, platinum albums, sold out tours. What's next? What are you going for?
What's next? Next is a tour. We start a new world tour in September. You know, we start in Athens in Greece. We go all over Eastern Europe, and we come to Germany, and of course we play here in Holland as well.
Good.
And we're really looking forward to that. So it's pretty much until the end of the year we're touring all over Europe, and then next year we go to the United States and Canada.
Okay. Well, looking forward. We'll keep the viewers informed of where you are and when. But first, we'll see you guys on stage in a moment with your single "Alien Nation."
That's right.
Sounds kind of science fiction-like. What is it about?
It's right. When I wrote the lyrics, you know, I was thinking about Terminator and kinds of things, you know. But then I realized, you know, this is not about the future. This is right now. The future is here already. You know, it's a tough world out there, and life is like, you know, it's like slalom. You know, there are so many problems and wars out there, and it's a tough world, you know. It's pretty crazy, and it really, to me, it feels like the slalom through life. You know, if you want to make it to the very end, you must be a lucky guy, you know. And Alienation is the kind of vibe, you know, and create this kind of picture. And yeah, you check it out.
Okay, looking forward to that. Thanks a lot for being here.
Okay,
really enjoyed myself talking to you.
All right,
and
thank you.
I'm sure I will enjoy myself even more when we see the Scorpions on stage. This is Countdown, Europe's #1 rock show. We got hot hits on the way. Just stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Seal, and you're watching Europe's #1 rock show, Countdown. And I'm watching you, watching me, watching you, watching me. So there.